Fine, and I hope you feel fine, right? It's time to dine, right? Not quite the witching hour, folks. I think astrology truly is of God, right? I mean, I don't even, I wake up and I have this consciousness. I mean, we all have a consciousness, right? What makes one person the guy that wants to hold the gun and pull the trigger, right? And what makes another person the person that wants to observe the time the trigger was pulled? I, in my own childhood and my own growing up, I looked into astrology for why? For why? What was the reason? Why was the reason? What was the reason I started digging into astrology? And the reason why is I wanted to be an artist. And my dad didn't really, look see eye to eye in the whole entire endeavor with me. And I wanted to know why. Why didn't we have an agreement? Why was there a disagreement where my mother wanted me to be an artist? She found the art school for me to go to, the university and everything, and she's the one that was there. All the teachers were there. And it was from an astrologer that told me, looking at your chart, this is why you are an artist, okay? Why you are a seer. So let's look at today's event. Let's look at today's event. Because I've been at odds. I don't have a chart casting program yet for Vedic astrology. I don't have I don't have a chart casting program for this. I do have books by James Braha of Eastern and Western, astrology. I have some books. I have books of, I have probably all of James Braha's books. I saw them there and I decided to buy them all. But at the same time, I don't spend as much time in the Vedic because whenever something that pokes me in the eye and says I really have to look at this, it always hooks up because the way I learned to observe astrology is to find out where my material eye was in the chart, right? You got your Gemini nerve. My astrologer for all my life in Canada has told me that I'm a Gemini ascendant with a Sun in Leo and a Jupiter in Leo. This is the chart right here by Astrology. This is the chart that they give me, right? This is the platform, okay? Here's Donald Trump on the same platform right here with Astrology. So it's not a Vedic chart. But the question is, because this is the argument, this is the observation, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, so what am I going to do? How am I going to keep up with my observations and reporting them to the community, right? YouTube is a community. We all have our own unique way to present astrology. And I like to do it in a fun, comical kind of way, right? I'm a comic kind of guy. I own Wonder Rock Comics, okay? And I got a Gemini ascendant, just like Sandra Bullock has a Gemini ascendant, right? I'm born on Sandra Bullock's, birthday. I'm born on Mick Jagger's birthday. I'm born on Carl Jung's birthday, right? I'm born on King Robert the Bruce's birthday, July 26th. So here we are. This is my birthday year, 1967, July 26th, Wednesday's child, all right? Child, and here we are. This is, what day do we have here? Today is going to be owned by what planet? What planet is going to own today when we look at the planets? What is today, guys? Today is Saturn. Saturn Day, all right? Excuse me. Let me have a drink before I dry out. So we all know what happened today. Here's Donald Trump's birth chart, right? Here's my birth chart. How do I link up to this chart? Well, he's got to. When you want to link me up, holy cow! Look at his his moon is at 21 degrees Sagittarius, which would be squared my natal Uranus in the fifth house. Okay, that's one. We could go on and on about this, but I wanted to show you this because he's got this Venus at 25 degrees, almost 26 degrees, right? Cancer, okay? And then he's got this Leo thing happening. This Mars and Leo at 26 degrees, 46 minutes, okay? That would be like in conjunct my natal moon, right? Let me another drink again. Got a little tickle in my throat. Okay, so what we're looking here, now we have the Pluto here at 10 degrees, but look, this is the most important part here. When we look at Donald's chart here, we have to look, because I've already connected one planet, my Uranus, to his, what? To his moon, right? There's a square there, right? He's got a Gemini, he's got a sun in Gemini at 22 degrees. What would that be doing? That would be like in conjunct my natal Neptune, right? And now let's look at today, folks. Let's take a look at the assassination attempt, right? Assassination, right? And then we got Uranus here, right? Where does Mr. Uranus do? Where is that Mr. Uranus guy? Okay, this is it, guys. I mean, because here I am. I've been listening to Joni Peltrini, on her Vedic channel. I've been like taking in, listening to her voice, and she's very confident in her task, right? And she's got a large following. But she says that Mars and Uranus are like conjunct at 2 degrees, according to Vedic astrology. But this doesn't work, right? I mean, it doesn't work with Donald Trump. I mean, what is it about the Vedic astrology? I haven't studied enough Vedic charts to do what? To be as confident through this and look for the points, because the way I fell in love with the Placidic house system is the house setup and everything like this. I mean, I've been working with Astrology for probably as long as I've been online. I got well over 1,000 charts with them, something like this. Now look at this. I mean, look here. It's so clear, right? I mean, the chart, what is the Father trying to tell us? Is it really the Father? Because what we have here is we have a Sun at 21 degrees Cancer, okay? There's that 21 degree mark. Once again, my Uranus is at 21 degrees Virgo, right? Which connects to his moon at 21 degrees, right? His moon is at 21 degrees. What was it? Where is... He's right here. Look, I'm going to show you this. Check this out. His moon's right here, 21 degrees. Well, I'll zoom it up for you. We got to look here. Can we go like so, okay? Here it is. This is what we're looking at here. We're looking at 22 degrees, 21 degrees. He's born right on the full moon, guys. He's like, the full moon is like 1 degree out. And his moon and his sun, look at this. And when you look at the plane, because the sun is at 21 degrees, right? 21 degrees, which is just the moon, his sun, look at this, 21 degrees. He is not quite into it. Donald is what? He's in the crossover period. He's in the trade over period of his first and second house, according to Dane Rudier. I mean, because, he's 22 degrees Gemini, so his second house, and look how this assassination temp, look at this 8 house, because this is you guys are going to love this right here. Because the Father is absolutely talking to us about this 26 degree thing, and me being born on the 26th. Because look at this, guys. Sagittarius, Jupiter's arrow. Donald Trump gets hit in the ear. What is the ear? The ear's ruled by Taurus, right? Just nicked him, right? So here's the bullet coming from behind. There's Uranus right here, 26 degrees. And look at the sixth house. What is the sixth house, guys? The sixth house is that underworld crisis house, right? Because according to the chart, this is all, look at all the stuff that's going on under the horizon here, right? You got Ceres in the first house, and look at the Pallas Athena. Look at the unexpected moment. Pallas Athena is sitting in the 11th house of Uranus. Isn't that great? And 19 degrees Scorpio, right? What is that? 19 degrees Scorpio. What is that? That is only 2 degrees. I mean, that's not even 2 degrees. It's, my Neptune is at 21 degrees. And then here's the moon at 21. It's the perfect square. Look at this. We're on the waxing quarter. This is the waxing quarter of the month. Remember, folks, the sun is only. The sun is what? The sun is only 8 degrees away from being at home, right? The sun is returning home to Leo. He is. This is the sun's 12th house. And look what the events, because the 12th house rules are the first house. I mean, the house of Leo, the house of the sun. I'm trying to say here is rule. That solar house of the sun, Leo, rules our authorities, right? And then opposed from Leo is Uranus. Opposed from Leo is Uranus, right? So here, this is the Leo house. The stage, the Leo house, the stage. It happened on the stage. Look, Donald was there talking, right? When you look at his chart, when we fit the two charts together here, I'll zoom this one out again. Come over here. Okay, here we go. Let's zoom this one out. So let's look at Donald's chart, right? Because this is the way I was taught, because it's the material eye, right? I have the Gemini ascendant. I have the Gemini ascendant at 1 degree. When I zoom this up here, I have the Gemini ascendant at 1 degree 55 minutes, okay? Not quite 2 degrees, all right? Here's my ascendant. So we have to look at that 2 degree mark, because where am I, right? My first house. Where is my first house? My first house would be right here, right? This is the crisis. The sixth house is the crisis. And my first house, which is ruled by Mars, which rules the bullet, but also my first house has that Gemini overlap, which is Mercury, right? And I'm observing the bullet, right? The bullet is the travel and the speed of the bullet is ruled by Jupiter. And when we look at Donald's chart, we want to say, when we look at Donald's chart here, when we look at his chart, and we want to look at that Gemini house is like, look at this. It's the 10th house, right? He's got the overlap happening, but these planets are moving in the 9th house, right? His 9th house, when you look at where they are. When you look at it, look at Taurus, okay? Move over Taurus right here, like so. 25, 25, 26 degrees. We have to look at all of this, right? But most importantly, right now, when we look at the degrees of things, because the moon is in its third decan, right? The moon's in its third decan of Libra. These are cardinal signs, right? The sun is in Cancer. It's a cardinal thing that's happening. The moon is in this 10th house, but the moon is in Libra as well, right? But the moon is a Cancer, Cancer. So it's a cardinal sign, and the moon has a cardinal expression to it, right? And this is a cardinal time. People did die on the stage. And when you look at this, as I said, with the 5th house, you got the Taurus, you got a 5th house and 9th house overlap, right? Because these planets are not quite into it's right there on the cusp, right? What is his midhaven? His MC, his midhaven is 24, 21 degrees. So both of these planets are just they're in a trade over energy. And Uranus is just past his trade over energy of this cusp, right? But that decant of Taurus, because this is the question: what is that decant of Taurus? Because you got Taurus for the first, then Taurus, what, Virgo, and then you have Taurus Capricorn, right? Capricorn is Saturn, right? This is the Saturn decant, and we have Mars and Uranus sitting together. And remember what Saturn did to Uranus. He wanted to he circumcised, he did more than circumcise the guy, right? He castrated him, right? Holy cow. So I guess for this Mars and Uranus conjunction of 2024, I guess the first seriously, there's all kinds of stuff going down right now because I'm talking to people and they're having like erratic travel situations, and there's forks in the roads and they're having to turn around, and holy cow, this is the trigger moment, right? Accelerant, right? But it's his connection, like, because you have to think about this 21 degree mark is very important, because I'm following all of this, because when I look at my chart, here's my chart right here, and you look at my placements, I got Uranus and Neptune both at 21 degrees or sextile, right? I have a lot of these big players that I have in my chart. Look at my Saturn and look at my Jupiter. The trine between these two, and this trine is that the road has been pre-made, right? Holy cow, how pre-made this road is for me. It's no wonder all the teachers I've ever needed to click through before I came home were there. I can't even believe how much it's been just a lucky little jaunt across the pond from one lily pad to the next, and it's all because of this Jupiter and Saturn working together, because hopping from one lily pad to the next is a Jupiter. Like Jupiter, the hop is Jupiter, right? But the lily pad is Saturn, and the pond is to travel over. And you look at this, and the reason why I refer to it that way is this Mercury thing in Cancer. As I said before, my Mercury conjuncts the U.S.'s sun, according to Western astrology, right? And I went to university in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's the reason why I caught this eye. Think about it. The town this actually happened. You want to look at this. What is it? The town is actually called Butler, right? And when we look at the fact of the matter, that this chart, these two charts right here, you have Mars sitting in the house of Neptune with a Leo over the sun overlap, and there's Pluto and the reforming energies of Pluto, right? But the thing is that Mars is at 26 degrees 46 minutes. That's in conjunct my moon perfectly, because my moon is 26 degrees 49 minutes Pisces, okay? But look at Donald's chart. Look, there's the conjunction, 26 degrees 50 minutes, and it's before the actual new moon, right? This is all old stuff. People are trying to get this old stuff out of the way, and these behind these underworld people, because it's under the horizon, right? It's in that fifth house. But look at this. Look how perfect. Because Uranus and Mars are sitting in the trade over energy of this sixth house cusp. Uranus is sitting like it's not even 30 minutes out, right? Look at this, 15 minutes out. 26:36, 26:15. You could do the math. It's too close. This is the reason why I always say this. I can't understand other astrology channels, because they don't put the Father first. This is the Father talking to us. Look at Mars and Uranus. They're both exiting the fifth house of the sun, right? And then on the cusp of that fifth house is that 4 degrees Taurus, right? And that's that whole entire Venus influence, right? On that cusp of the sun, right? You got some. I mean, look at this. Is this the reason why? I mean, because you have to wonder reason why. Why didn't the bullet just be 1 inch over and Donald would be dead right now, right? But this is the sextile, like, because there's the square. There's the square. There's the cardinal square of the sun, right? And then there's that moon at 21 degrees, which is world mortality. The square is there. The friction is there. The bullet did fly. Look how far out. See, look at this. The square is still waxing. It's not F59. It's still waxing. You see that because this is it's the waxing tension of the moment, right? But you got this Palestine here, and how is this it? Because you look in there. Why didn't the bullet kill Donald? Right? You have to look at this, and I truly think when you look at this, you look at that moon, and you look who Donald is. Right? Donald is a Gemini. This is his second house. Look, the moon is absolutely what? The moon is absolutely trine within 1 degree. This is it. The reason why, because the moon is like our mother. Like the moon is like our divine mother, right? And the sun is like our divine father, and the moon is looking over Donald's sun at 22 degrees. I mean, this is another proof for this Placidica house system and this Western astrology observation, right? I mean, the accuracy is absolutely 100%, right? You can't get any more. There's no inaccuracy here. All the players are doing what they're supposed to be doing in the charts. I mean, it's perfect, right? Don't you think? It's on the money. I mean, because I've been studying events all my life, right? And I study accidents. I study, deaths. I study births. But I like to study the in and out. I like to study the roller coaster ride in between and seeing what these planets are doing on events like today, right? It's the reason why I've done what I've done all my life. Something would happen and wouldn't go as I planned, and I would look at the planets. And it has drawn me closer to these significant events that absolutely marry up perfectly, right? Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is so funny. Like, the Father is absolutely talking to us. If you cannot see it, if you cannot see my benevolence, right? I mean, I'm not being vain to say I'm benevolent, because when I ever look at a chart through astrology, I kneel down before the Father, right? When it's my head and it's time to go, He will take it, right? Now let's look at this. Look how perfect it is. We have to look at Juno, okay? Look at Juno. It's in the 9th house of the chart, 21 degrees, all right? The 9th house is the Jupiter house, higher learning. Here's Juno, 21 degrees, Virgo, right? So when we look at Virgo in my chart, it's 21 degrees, 42 minutes. Juno is waxing over my Uranus, right? It all fits together perfectly, right? When you look at this, I mean, the dragon's tail is only 2 degrees out from my part of fortune, which is 8 degrees Libra, right? And look at Ceres. Ceres is at 12 degrees 42 minutes. It's perfectly opposite my what? My Mercury. Look, 13 degrees 49 minutes. It's in a waxing opposition. And then once again, we have Pluto in a waxing opposition with my natal sun. But he's in retrograde right now, That underworld thing, right? That god of death. How does Pluto fit in with Donald's? I mean, because here's Pluto at 1 degree, because he's the god of death, right? He's the god we should not make movies about. We shouldn't put any worship at all into Pluto, right? But we do. We like to worship Pluto in our movies, don't we? So when we look here at Pluto, 1 degree, this is Donald right here, 1 degree, 5 minutes retrograde. So when we look here, what's happening? Okay, because he's right there. He would be he'd be in a waxing sextile with Donald's Lilith, and then This is it right here when you look at the chart here. But let's look at the houses. Look at this angularism right here. The ascendant of Donald, right? This is where this is it right here, guys. The ascendant of Donald is at 29 degrees 57 minutes. It wants to be the 1 degree mark. That would be Virgo, right? So that there would be like an inconjunct there, right? What you say? I think so. I mean, when you look at Pluto, Aquarius, it would be he would have to be in Pisces. It's this inconjunct thing, right? Pluto. This is it. Look at this. So Pluto is going to be inconjunct Donald Trump. I mean, you think about this, right? Holy cow! Because when Pluto finally makes it to Pisces, it'd be opposed Donald Trump's. Oh, I mean, it's actually what do you got here? Look at this guy. This is actually more funny than this. This is actually a trine happening, right? Because it's a trine. My fault. Sorry, forgive me. But look at that. See, it's the numbering can, when you're looking at this. I'm just actually making this final observation right here, right now. But you look at this. Look at this. Look at this third house. Look at 21 degrees. The moon would absolutely be at this thing is his third house. His third house of communications at 21 degrees 12 minutes, and the moon's at the moon had just entered his third house. And the event has the moon, which is a Cancer. The moon's in his partner house, right? But but not. But it is. That's how it works. I mean, Saturn rules the 10th house, and we have a Libra overlap, which is Venus. Look at this. It's absolutely perfect. Look at this. Because even the dragon's tail is in that 10th house of Saturn. And this is Saturn day. Guys, I'll pull these down again so you can see them. You can do the screenshots, right? According to records, official records. And once again, here's mine. It's how I was taught. When you're looking at your chart, have your 3 charts there, okay? Have the event, have the individual that the event centers around, and then have your chart as the observer of the event and the individual so you can see heaven working, right? Because you cannot see the event without the eye, the material eye, right? The Gemini, I spy. Okay, look, guys. I really do appreciate your time here. I hope you got something out of the video. This conjunction of Mars and Uranus, we're still on this side of the conjunction the way I look at it. I mean, after this Uranus conjunction, holy cow, right? After the conjunction, I mean, when you're looking at it, once he's on the other side, it's a whole entirely different thing because it's a new 2-year cycle until they do this again. All the best. Godspeed. Hope you got something that will make you feel more merrily that the Father is absolutely watching down on us. He just gave all of this to me just as he just gave all of this to you. Because I'm a Leo, right? According to this right here, I'm a Leo. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm at home. I'm being benevolent at home with the Father in the 3rd house of communications. Look at this. Perfect sextiles. It's just amazing how the Father works. And he made me for this, right? He wants people to know that this is absolutely connected. What this is, I mean, when you see all the charts hook up together within 1 degree, less than 1 degree, when you see this, and to know that I'm a Leo, and to know that we are in a solar system, and Leo's answer to the Father, and I'm answering to him right now, and I'm presenting these charts to you. This is what he made me to do, right? My Father wanted me to be great in mathematics, and there's a lot of mathematics here. All the best, guys. Appreciate your time. And I will talk to you when he wants me to talk to you again.